Well, my parents had agreed that we were going to move out of New York City. I think we were the first ones in our family to actually move out. But before we did, we had another New York City summer. It's hard to explain to you what they're like, but they're not really fun. You can go outside a lot more. You can play stickball, you can play stoop ball. So we can kind of do all those real things that were nice, but it was so hot. There was never a breeze. I don't remember there ever being a breeze, but there always seemed to be in the winter. Um, it was hard to sleep at night because the bedrooms, neither of our bedrooms, so we had two bedrooms in the tenement, neither one had a window. So right off the bat, it was going to be pretty warm, right, on a hot day and night. The kitchen had a window, one window that overlooked the alley, um, and the living room actually had three windows. So it had a window with a fire escape, and then in the corner, it had a window side by side or next to each other in the corner. That was it. So you spent all your time, of course, in the summer as much as you could, in the living room because at least you can open a window and get some relief. You really didn't get any relief at all during the day. I never remember that. At night, it was neat. My parents would let my brother and I sleep on a fire escape, and it was cooler when the sun went down, and there was usually a little bit of a breeze, kind of at least from what I remember, there was a little bit of a breeze, but there was no, there was really no relief. So, I mean, this isn't the picture, of course, but you can see all the fire escapes. And so, what you did is the fire escape was always by a window. That was good news. You were able to get in and out easily. That was good news. So you just slept there. And frankly, all of the kids in the building slept out on the fire escapes. But it was interesting. We never really talked to each other or kept each other awake at night, which was kind of nice. The sun would go down, and the sun went down late at night, like close to 10 o'clock at the hardest part of the summer. But we went outside, we got to sleep, and we kind of enjoyed it, being able to do that. But there was really no relief. And to be honest, I don't remember going to Central Park or to any of the parks, though I did see some pictures where I was at the park, but I don't actually ever remember going to the park. Um, I do remember we had a entrepreneur on our block who knew how to take a stick and a piece of rope, and by putting those together in a very, very special way, he was able to take the front off of a fire hydrant and to open it on the top. It was really an art, the way that he did it. And you kind of, I never was able to do that. But it was so simple when he did it. It was the wrong thing to do. I kind of look back on it. It's wasting water and all that stuff. But we didn't have anything else, to be quite honest with you. I went to Astoria in Queens to the pool there from time to time. I'm sorry, I said Astoria, I meant Chelsea, to the pool, but it was inside, and that was about it. So we did use the outdoor sprinkling system that you see here in the picture. We did use that quite a bit, and we actually got to enjoy it. But you had to go to the Jersey Shore. Everybody used the words Jersey Shore. It was a really big deal. So we went to the Jersey Shore. And the way we went to the Jersey Shore is we had a thing called a bungalow. Bungalow is a 375 square foot place. It wasn't a home. It literally was four walls, and there was a kitchenette inside of it and an ice box. Yeah, it was a real ice box. And it had a nice lawn, and it was across the street from the amusement park, so we're kind of lucky there. None of them were winterized. So, I mean, it was just a summer place, right? The particular town we went to was in a very, very northern part of the Jersey Shore, which was in shouting distance of one of the New York City boroughs. So um, that was kind of neat, is that we were close. So We would come over on the weekend. Sometimes my dad would go back to work on a Monday, and we'd stay there with my mom for a full week or something. But what many people don't know, or maybe you do, the whole family owned this bungalow or rented this bungalow. So there were like 30 of us. And, and on some weekends, there were 30. Uh, the kids would sleep out on the lawn, of course, and inside there'd just be, you just put blankets on the floor for the adults to sleep and everything. Um, and, we would go across the street to the amusement park. We'd use some of the neat things. We go across the street, like here. This is us. We went to the beach, and we sat in the beach and enjoyed every moment we could by going there. That was not our umbrella, um, but the Jersey Shore was this getaway that. It's hard to explain. It kind of holds a special place for you, and I think that's why people always talk about the Jersey Shore. It was this real getaway after World War II, especially when the soldiers came back. Is they had been away, they had been to all these other places, and they also wanted to get out of the city. And the moms had worked so hard during the war, so we everybody needed to get out of the city, and we did. I actually remember spending a lot of time at the shore, and it was so much fun. But it was a family thing, and to this day, I am so close to all my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, all of those relatives, because we all congregated here at the Jersey Shore, and it was just so neat. There were never any arguments, never any fights, never anything. It was just that getaway. They had everything at the Jersey Shore: milkshakes, custard, orange. It didn't matter what you wanted. Hamburgers, hot dogs, saltwater taffy. That's a big deal, saltwater taffy. I've lost some teeth as a result, probably, but saltwater taffy was a big deal. All of the shore towns had boardwalks. Here's my grandparents at. You can see the boardwalk there that they're sitting on at the beach on the water. They were there all the time. These are my paternal grandparents, and I don't think my maternal grandparents from Italy. I don't remember them at the shore. I really don't remember them going down the shore, but my paternal grandparents were always there. And there's my parents. Again, you could see them on a boardwalk down at the shore. And so you had all these kind of places where you just go to cool off. This is a funny picture. This is not our bungalow. Our bungalow was 375 square feet. This was not it. But I remember we go down to this house, and we took pictures. It was on the corner, and across the street was a hotel and a bar that I remember. And right across the street, so where my parents and we are looking straight ahead in the photo, is the shore itself, the beach. So I think I will show you some bungalow pictures. When you see it, I mean, it looks like it's literally a four-wall shack. But anyway, it was nice to be able to pass by here and stop and take pictures. And you could see this was kind of, I found this picture. It's just, actually, it's just a postcard. But what's neat about it is that's what the Jersey Shore actually looked like. That's a Cadillac, probably a 1955-ish. But anyway, you could see the boardwalk, and on the boardwalk, you see the amusement park. And over on the left, you see places to eat. You see the Pepsi Cola sign, Variety Center on the left, everybody walking around in bathing suits. Because I don't, when growing up, I remember early life in New York City, I don't even ever remember wearing shorts. It was typically long pants and mostly collared shirts until time progressed, which we'll talk about as boomers grew up. But anyway, that is a typical Jersey Shore photo, and that's how much fun and excitement it was like your own amusement park that you went to. So We loved it there, and we were thinking and getting ready and preparing for our big journey across the Hudson River to New Jersey, where we were going to move. And we all moved to different places in New Jersey. Wait until you hear this. It wasn't like all of the family, like my father and his two brothers, all moved to New Jersey, three different cities. I mean, two counties, three cities. It was just crazy. But uh, before we went on our own, we were a family that got together, enjoyed life, and the Jersey Shore was the common denominator for all of us. And even we had a family reunion not long ago, and everybody remembers the bungalow and the Jersey Shore. So hope you guys enjoyed this segment and get ready for our big move. Wait to hear how many miles we went to New Jersey where there was grass and trees.